I've just collected this. It's a 16-inch MacBook Pro with the new M4 Pro processor. And today I just want to unbox it and give you my first impressions. So it will replace my old MacBook with M1 Pro processor. It's also 16-inch. And we will compare them and see if it's worth it or not. So yeah, let's see first what it looks like. And the box is exactly the same as last year's M3 Pro. They didn't change anything, or I don't think so. And you just pull those two strips. There is no foil or other extra packaging. And that's it. That's the laptop. But maybe let me first put it aside. And let's see what else we've got. It's a black braided cord, MagSafe on one side and USB-C on the other. Then we've got that white envelope. But this year they don't give you any stickers. And my thinking is, if you want to go green, why would you even bother with that? And for no apparent reason, white charger. And I believe the person who designed the power button on Mac Mini, the charging port on Magic Mouse, and color for this charger is the same person. But anyway, let's unwrap the laptop now. It's in space black color. There's no space gray anymore. It's only silver and space black. But we all know the black isn't really black, it's just dark gray. But I like it, so that's why I decided to go for that color. The laptop will power up when you just open the lid. So next thing I have to do is to configure it. And this is glossy screen. And you might think, well, of course it's glossy. But this year, Apple gives us the choice between glossy screen and the matte. And I've seen today both of them, and honestly, I was quite impressed. The matte one, it not only looks different, it also feels different. It looks more like paper, something like that, but it feels also more like paper. Because glossy one, you know, when you touch it, it's like a glass. But that new matte one, I mean, Apple calls it nano texture display. This new option is really interesting one, especially if you work outside. But the thing is, it costs £150 extra or $150 extra, and for me it's very rare to work when I'm outside. I usually work from home, so for me I decided it's not worth that £150 extra. That's why I have standard display. By the way, let's have a look at the rest of the specifications. So that's basically it. 16-inch MacBook Pro with M4 Pro. First thing you can notice is there is no base M Pro processor. It's either M4 Pro or M4 Max. If you switch to 14-inch, it comes also with base M4 processor, yes? But 16-inch only has either Pro or Max. But when you scroll further, you can see it starts from 24 gig of RAM and 512 gig of storage. There is no 8 gig, 16 gig, it's 24 gig, the base config for 16-inch MacBook Pro. And this is exactly the model I went for, so without any changes. The other thing, M4 Pro and M4 Max, they will have Thunderbolt 5 ports, while base M4 will have Thunderbolt 4 ports. We can see these specs better on different spreadsheet. What we have on the left side is my previous MacBook, it's M1 Pro, 16-inch MacBook Pro, and on the right we've got 16-inch space black, that's what I went for, M4 Pro MacBook Pro. And they all start with 14-core CPU and 20-core GPU. That's quite a bump over M1 Pro because it had 10-core CPU and 16-core GPU. However, there is one more version of M4 Pro processor, but it's not for 16-inch. If you go back to 14-inch and scroll down, you will see M4 Pro processor that has 12-core CPU and 16-core GPU. This is what's called binned processor. It's basically the same processor like here, 14 and 20 core GPU, but in the testing, Apple decided that they have to switch off some of the CPUs and GPUs. So instead of bin them, they use them for 14-inch MacBook. But you know what, it's fine. I mean, we already had binned processors in the past, so they're fine. I only wanted to mention that it's only available for 14-inch version of MacBook. Let's switch back to 16. And we can also see that the memory bandwidth is 273 gigabytes per second. M1 has 200 gigabytes. But you might remember that M3 processor, this is M3 Pro, the previous one, when it was released last year, it was kind of disappointment. And you can see here why. First of all, it had 12-core CPU, which in theory is more than M1 chip, but it only had 6 performance cores and 6 efficiency cores. The M4 has 10 performance cores, so it's 4 more than M3 had, and it also has 273 gigabytes memory bandwidth, while M3 only had 150 gigabytes. If we compare it even to M1, we can see it's less than M1 had. That's why M3 Pro in some tests was worse than M1 or M2 processor. But we can forget about M3, we've got M4 and everything looks fine here, at least on the paper. We've got 10 performance cores, we've got 273 gigabytes, so it's nearly twice as much as M3 had. But let me tell you something. So far, I just unboxed this laptop and I am comparing it to my previous laptop on M1 Pro processor, yes? And basically, they are exactly the same. I mean, what they look like. Even the displays, like M1 Pro, still, till today, I think this display is brilliant. And so is in M4, I mean, but if I didn't know which laptop is which one, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one is M4 or which one is M1, you know what I mean? And if we go back to the documentation, it says for M4 it goes up to 1000 nits, whereas M1 goes up to 500 nits, in theory. But if you check these values, it says 1000 nits sustained full screen. And look at that, it's the same for new M4. They also have the same peak brightness of 1600 nits. And the thing is, on M1 there are third-party programs that will let you go up to 1000 nits as well, from 500. This is just default value that Apple configured. But there are programs that will let you go up, so basically these screens will be exactly the same. They are 60 Hz 4K panels. And I've tried the touchpad, I've tried the keyboard, everything feels and works the same way like M1 did, which is a good thing, but I want to see the difference. So in next video I will do the tests. I will test not only in Geekbench, but I will do some other tests, like real life ones, and we can then compare M1 to M4. So thanks for now, and I will see you shortly. Bye.